equity.
Before the nightmares, before the lawsuits, robotic animals sang for pizza and prizes. In 1980, a genius from Florida built the future, one bolt at a time. Aaron Fechter's Rock-afire Explosion was alive, but corporations only saw dollar signs. ShowBiz Pizza place loved the crowds, but hated paying royalties to a stubborn inventor. The partnership began with a handshake and ended with a dagger hidden in fine print. Hand over your copyrights for free, or we will find another way. Fechter refused to surrender his life's work without a single dollar of compensation. The deal was dead. ShowBiz would remember this insult when money ran dry. In 1985, bankrupt Chuck E. Cheese merged with its rival in desperation. ShowBiz Pizza time was born, and cost-cutting became the only religion they preached. Revenue was sinking. The animatronic band cost too much to build and maintain. ShowBiz demanded full rights to eliminate royalties and manufacture shows themselves. Fechter held the copyrights like keys to a kingdom, refusing to give them away. ShowBiz retaliated by reverse engineering the robot control software in secret. That was a direct contract violation, but what would Fechter do, sue from bankruptcy? They bought back 10% of his shares and revoked his exclusivity overnight. By 1990, all ties were severed. No more Rock-afire installations anywhere. Fechter preserved his intellectual property, but his revenue stream flatlined completely. He demanded payment for value. They offered zero. The trap snapped shut. Creative engineering became a ghost of itself, kept alive by one stubborn mind. But the Rock-afire was technically superior to anything Chuck E. Cheese ever built. Life-sized, expressive, with patented Animatronics for synchronized group movement. Meanwhile, Chuck E.'s simpler half-bodies just wobbled on stationary pedestals. Fechter's technology was decades ahead. The industry would never catch up. Concept unification began in 1991. The slaughter of dreams commenced. Every Rock-afire stage was converted to Munch's make-believe band characters. Unused parts were sold for scrap or thrown into dumpsters behind locked gates. By 1993, the last original Rock-afire fell silent forever. Fast forward to 2013. An indoor sonic boom shattered the Orlando night. A defective experimental fuel tank exploded, collapsing a wall without any injuries. Fechter called it an earthquake indoors, a supersonic release from hell. Inventory was wrecked. Arcade machines shattered. The damage was catastrophic. The hydrilium tank became a bizarre attraction for visitors touring his workshop. Today Aaron Fechter works alone, the sole employee of his own company. He sells unused robots to collectors and leads tours of his Florida facility. Creative engineering still breathes, a mausoleum of mechanical music and memory. But his legacy found an unlikely second life in horror video games. Scott Cawthon grew up watching these bands, and they haunted his imagination. Freddy Fazbear mixes Billy Bob Broccoli with Chuck E. in design and terror. Five Nights at Freddy's turned pizza parlor nostalgia into digital nightmares. Cawthon met the real inventor and publicly praised his groundbreaking animatronics. The uncanny valley became a playground, and Fechter's robots were the blueprint. A full Rock-afire Explosion stage cost $125,000. That was factory price in the 80s, before shipping and installation fees. Today complete working setups sell for over $200,000. Resellers like Orbit Games broker these mechanical ghosts to wealthy fans. Fechter watches from Florida as his creations become museum pieces. He refused to sell his soul then, and he does not regret it now. The business conflict cost him millions, but his art remained uncorrupted. ShowBiz Pizza time eventually died anyway, swallowed by its own greed. The merger created a monster that ate its own history for lunch. Concept unification was cost-cutting, but it was also cultural vandalism. The Cyberamics still perform today, but they have none of the soul. Fechter's robots had personality. The replacement's just a job to do. The Rock-afire Explosion waits in silence, powered down but not forgotten. Occasionally a collector buys one, and the music plays again. Aaron Fechter still answers emails from fans who remember the magic. He calls himself president and janitor of a dream that refused to die. 1987. A bear, a bird, a wolf, and a dog sang for you. The golden age of animatronics is over, but the echoes still haunt us. The children who watched these shows grew up to become programmers and dreamers. Fechter recorded every show, every movement, every song as evidence of genius. The programming was so complex that reverse engineering took years to perfect. Lawsuits were threatened but never fully pursued. Legal fees scared both sides. Fechter had cleverly written ownership clauses that no corporate lawyer could crack. ShowBiz executives moved on to other ventures, leaving destruction in the wake. The Rock-afire Explosion had character arcs, backstories, and distinct personalities. Concept unification gave every store the same bland, forgettable cast. The 2013 warehouse explosion nearly ended everything for good. Fechter spent months repairing the damage, saving what could be saved. He turned disaster into a conversation piece. That is pure Fechter. A new generation discovered the robots through restoration videos online. Nostalgia is a powerful drug, and the Rock-afire Explosion sells it cheap. Some fans have built homemade Rock-afire stages using salvaged parts. The spirit lives on, even if the craftsmanship cannot be matched. He still personally responds to every inquiry about buying or touring. Decades of paperwork, blueprints, and prototypes sit untouched in storage. Some media has degraded beyond repair. Time destroys what greed could not. $200,000 changes hands, and a robot goes home. Wealthy fans build home theaters where these machines sing again. 5 Nights at Freddy's turned that image into a global phenomenon. Every token spent on these robots built a kingdom that could not last. Fechter once told a reporter he sleeps surrounded by his mechanical children. The sun rises on creative engineering every day, and Fechter opens the doors. Maintenance never stops. 50 characters require weekly attention. He charges $20 per person. The tours sell out months ahead. The press called it a battle of wills. Fechter called it survival. The final bow happened decades ago, but the stage never truly emptied. These prototypes never made it to production. They wait in silent judgment. Even in plastic and metal, there is something heartbreaking about abandonment. Most of the original locations became car dealerships or church storage units. Every salvaged part tells a story of the night the music died. Fechter still ships robots to buyers across oceans and continents. Moving a complete stage requires professionals and an insurance policy. The Animatronic system synchronized every character down to the millisecond. Sometimes Fechter runs a show just to remember how it felt. The ledgers show exactly when checks stopped coming. Fechter employs no staff. He does the sweeping, the selling, and the fixing. Henny Pent posed with Michael Jackson once. That photograph still hangs. Each wing has 50 moving parts. The feather layer hides engineering marvels. When the power goes out, the robots freeze mid-smile. It is unsettling. The magic is gone. Kids watch tablets while animatronics perform alone. Fechter talks to the robots sometimes. Old habits die hard. The original sketches show a gentler vision, before corporate darkness fell. Even the winner's robots need maintenance. Neglect kills everything eventually. Fechter learned to weld so he could rebuild what time broke. Vintage merchandise sells for hundreds online. The brand never died. At retro gaming conventions, the Rock-afire draws lines around the block. He still licenses the characters occasionally for indie films and commercials. Documentarians keep coming. His story refuses to be forgotten. The explosion that nearly ended him became his most bizarre artifact. Billy Bob was the leader. His expression hid the weight of show business. Some say you can still hear the music if you stand still enough. ShowBiz destroyed the master recordings. Fechter had backups at home. He moved everything to secret locations during the worst legal battles. No court ever ruled against Fechter because no case ever reached trial. The eyes follow you. That was a design choice, not an accident. One collector in Ohio built a full parlor. His neighbors loved the shows. Another day of keeping the dream alive ends under Florida stars. The Rock-afire Explosion waits for tomorrow. The show must go on. Every morning, the robots wake to the same man unlocking their cage. Fechter starts his day with coffee and a walk past his mechanical family. The warehouse has its own weather. Seasons change, but the robots stay. He maintains the sound system himself. The old shows still play. The last scheduled Rock-afire show happened before some viewers were born. Some parts ended in landfills. Not every robot found a second home. Nature reclaims even the most advanced machines eventually. The Five Nights at Freddy's aesthetic borrows heavily from this exact image. Millions have watched animatronic horror without knowing the real story. Indie developers license Fechter's characters for new horror experiences. At night, the warehouse feels like a mausoleum waiting for resurrection. The heart of the Rock-afire is a gear that has spun for 40 years. Visitors always ask about the explosion first. Then they ask about FNAF. Please do not touch the robots. Some have not been repaired since the blast. One wolf has been broken for 30 years. Fechter keeps him for memory. The city grew up around him, but Fechter never moved his workshop. He still uses cassette tapes for show programming. Old habits persist. Lunch breaks are quiet conversations with 50 unblinking observers. The logo is barely visible now. Thousands of feet walked over it. A collector from Japan is calling. Another robot finds a new home. The wolf leaves for Tokyo tomorrow. Fechter waves goodbye silently. Saying goodbye never gets easier, even after 3 decades of selling. Another piece of his soul drives away. But the music never truly ends. The Rock-afire Explosion will wait. And one man will keep them singing.
The information is not fictitious. All facts are taken from reliable sources. Links are provided in the description.